Okay, we're back. What we're going to do is the eyes here. So what I'm going to do is just put the point of the knife in, and I'm going to take it around where I drew that line up. Now see, I have to bring the knife up, and I'm going to do a flush. I don't want to go across because I don't want to cut on the top of that brow. And then you're going to turn around and you're going to cut on the inside. Just cut it at an angle very carefully. Just work your way around it. This is the tricky part. Alright. Now I need to go a little bit deeper. But once you get that inside cut done, then you go around and you do the outside. You bevel it. Like a big, deep V cut. But you do the inside first. Okay, and then I come back around. And then I come up here in the corners. Alright, and I just notch that little puppy out. There we go. And the same thing over here. I'm going to notch a little piece out so it rounds up that eyeball a little bit more. See, it gives it some depth, which is what you want. And I'm going to go around there and clean it up a little bit more. But that's how I do the eye. Okay, we'll do the other one since we have time on the video. Just take your time. Stop cutting. Don't feel like you have to do the complete cut in one swipe of the knife. Stop and then continue on. If you're not sure, stop your knife and just move it a little bit and then continue cutting. Alright? Again, we're going to do the inside and sections. Doesn't have to be in one sweep either. And folks, I know some of you have been following me for a while. If I sound like I'm repeating stuff, I certainly am. I'm doing that for the benefit of people that are just joining my YouTube channel and just learning how to carve. And, you know, just re-emphasizing things. So I hope I don't bore you folks with that information. Sometimes the simplest things we need to remember. That's true with a lot of things in life. Sometimes we forget to do the simple things. Alright. Again, up here I'm going to make a little notch. And I'm just going to take that little corner out. And same thing over here. I'm just going to take a little corner out. Just take that. These little triangular cuts can do a world of difference on a carving. Okay, so I'm going to lightly take those little marks off I did with the pencil. Okay, you see there. Sometimes it's cleaner to do it with the knife real thin than trying to erase it. An eraser can make a mess out of your carving sometimes because it leaves a little bit of a residue. And see, I cut too much off, so I just go in there and I recut it a little bit deeper. That's all. Alright. Alright, so there's our eyes. Let's go back. Let's get all the pencil marks off here. Now we got to finish up on the back here, so let's continue on here. Let's get all these rough marks off. Again, you don't want those on there because if you leave them on, they're not going to paint right. Now, we have the back of his foot. Okay, this one's not as deep. Let's bring this down a little bit deeper. There we go. And we have his tail, so let's do that. We're going to this one's a little harder to hang on to because of how big it is. Okay, we're going to just go around this way. His tail's not as distinct. Yeah, they have a tiny tail. Whoops. And we're just going to go ahead and definitely want to take a little more off here on the head. Alright. Yeah, you want a little bit more of a round, flat back head here, because we need to make sure we distinguish the head from the body. Now see what I'm doing? When I do this cut, you're seeing me pull the knife down. See how clean? Because I know I'm going against the grain. Sometimes when you do that slicing motion, you can get a clean cut against the grain. Sometimes going, like if I just went across, see how it's, but if I use that slicing motion, I can get that to come off a lot better. Alright, that's all we want. Looks good. Let me take a look here. It's still a little bit blocky, so we're gonna just shape the head a little bit more. Try to get rid of that blockiness. It's kind of hard though when you're doing it out of a block. You know, it's kind of hard to do that. And you can bring this ear down just a little bit if you want. There we go. That's good. Again, you can go down here and just make it a little bit deeper if you want. Re-enhance that line. Okay, see how nice that looks when you add a little more depth to things. And sometimes that's all you need is a couple of cuts in there to really enhance it. And as a beginner, you don't really see that, you know, or you may now that I pointed it out, but a lot of times people see how that looks like that whole ear is just loose up there. It looks good. Alright, that looks great. I like that. And it just enhances the head a little bit more. Yeah, you could sit here and keep fussing with it and, you know, alright. Now, we got the ears done, we have that done, we've got to work on the back here. What I'm trying to do is just trying to hollow this out a little bit more. In fact, we're going to take this up a little further underneath here. There we go. And we take that down just a tad. See? Bring that down a little bit so it's kind of flush with the body. We definitely want to make that a little deeper there. Alright. And that way we can get a little bit more of a turn here. So I want that head to come out and then the body to go up and around. So it's a little too blocky for my liking right now, so we're just going to keep fussing with this a little bit more. Just want to be very careful when you pull the knife to it that you don't cut into things, you know. Alright, good. See how I'm getting that neck out a little bit more. Alright, see how we're getting that body to shape up a little better? That's what we want. Alright, we'll be back.